Frickin' crap, everybody.
Crap.
That's a good one, Trini. You been practicing that?
We've been doing so many podcasts lately. I figured, I should probably learn your catchphrase too.
Well, it's only been like 12 years I've been trying to teach you the holy crap.
It's been a long time.
But it's getting pretty well. It's been improved.
Thank you.
I think you're almost there.
Thank you.
So, we got a Mackcast for you, ladies and gentlemen. We're spitting them out, you know what I'm saying? Left and right, up and down, right in between.
Side to side.
Side to side. They're everywhere. The Mackcast, we're back in full action, baby.
Full action, baby.
See, we took some time off, but it's because everybody's been copying us. They all want to do their own podcast, but we're the OG podcast. I don't know how true that is. I could be making that up.
I mean, we had a podcast like a long time ago before podcasts were a thing. Remember we did the Monster Mack Radio?
Absolutely. Monster Mack Radio, Monster Mack Radio.
If people don't know what that means. That's from the theme song. It's not just him having a stroke and saying Monster Mack Radio a bunch of times.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was kind of like a podcast. You would spit out the Mack news and all kinds of different stuff.
Oh, injury. Sorry. Yeah, no, continue.
And I got some Mack news here because we like to kick the Mackcast off with some Mack news. And if you don't know, HOB Wrestling, check it out on YouTube. You got the base brawl we've been talking about on the Mackcast. That's up online if you want to check it out. That's HOB Wrestling. Go check that shit out because it got dirty.
Dude, I don't know if that was a match that I would specifically plug on the show because of how ridiculous and odd and strange it is, and but I guess that's cool. I'm glad that you plugged it. HOB TV on YouTube.
Yeah, that just came out recently. That's Mack news, brother.
That's it. That's all
I got it for you. No, we also got some other Mack news, and it's in merchandise department.
Ooh,
I don't know.
The merchandise department.
Absolutely, the Mack maniacs down there in the merchandise apartment's been working real hard, and we came out with some new product.
The merchandise apartment, we don't have a merchandise department. We just rented out studio space for some people to go work in, and it's like a mini sweatshop in there, except with trainees wearing like lucha masks.
Absolutely, and they came out with some fresh new merch coming out real soon. I don't know how much we should talk about it.
I don't know, probably not much.
Okay, so that's all the news I got for you. But on other news, Trinity Number One's going to do the excellent ring announcement for these guys. And if you don't know who they are, you're about to find out.
I'm doing the ring announcement, or am I doing the podcast announcement? It's two different voices. Because it's ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that because it's the podcast and I don't want to yell.
I guess we'll stick with the podcast. I wanted people to think that we were in a ring, but actually we're in the Mack Mansion, the lovely dining room / living room. I like to dine in my living room.
Right, everybody does. But on this week's episode, you were just talking about House of Bricks. Our future opponents at the next House of Bricks show, we're calling it our frenemies, guys that we get along with outside of the ring, but inside of the ring, find them a little shady, guys up to some shady business. But, we'll get into that later.
Whoa, you get along with these dudes?
Yeah, of course I do. Look at them. They're funny as hell, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Look at their they got mustaches and stuff. It's pretty. He's got the Holly Race hair. The little trunks. Yeah. And the jacket gets stuck, and they pull the jacket off. It's good. I enjoy it. But in the house tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Middlesex Express.
Ladies, shave your mustaches. Boys, become men.
That's right. It's the best of the best. The Middlesex Express. The jacket is a shoot. It really doesn't fit. Yeah, it's a $200 jacket. My mom bought it for me in Colombia, right? And she was like, "Oh, I love this. I'm gonna buy it for your birthday." And I'm like, "No, Mom, I kind of don't want it because the jacket doesn't fit." And she insisted I buy it, so I got it.
And ladies and gentlemen, the jacket really doesn't fit. Yeah, it's a struggle every show to put that thing on.
It was a rib once on a guy a while ago, and it stuck.
You are probably going to have to hold the mic a little closer, but it's cool.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good, dude. I didn't know if people could fully hear that. But what's up, guys?
Mack Attack, I'm glad that we got to sign this little peace treaty, hang out for the duration of the Mackcast. You guys deserve to have guys like us on this podcast.
These fucking guys on the podcast, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
So should I be like me or should I be like me?
You could be like,
Could be like whatever I want.
Man, like,
That
It's
kind
about,
of thing.
It's about the brawl. I think we're gonna.
yeah, like,
the
I
peace
don't know,
treaty is about to
Get
expire.
ripped up. You guys come on and immediately start talking that jiggity jive.
It's just a habit, you know.
No, of course,
You
of
guys
course.
got the masks on, so like I just kind of got the switch in my head.
Yeah, instantly. Well, I mean, we're always wearing the mask. That's kind of the thing.
Real life heals.
Yeah. Hashtag real life heals. So how's it going, guys? Are you excited?
Yes, very. This is a pleasure.
Thank you. No, I just meant about the House of Brick show that's coming up where we're gonna.
Oh yeah, well,
have the match.
we're gonna like completely like stomp the crap out of you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's for sure points in that match where I'm sure you'll be stomping one of us. You guys do that whole stomp deal thing in the corner.
Tell him about it.
Tell them
Tell
about
them
it.
about it, brother. I'll tell you, but all right, brother. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. I mean, anytime's a good time with the Mack Attack, I guess. I mean, that's the one thing I got to admit for you chuds. You two chuds.
Thanks, dude.
That's when the peace treaty will be ripped up, like right before the match in the backstage area. Then we're gonna get it on.
Right, we'll Facebook Live it. We'll Facebook Live the peace treaty ripping up right before the match.
All right. All right. Sounds good.
But
For now, brother.
are you guys gonna go in full promo mode the whole podcast? Is that the deal? Or?
Nah, dude. We love you guys. You
All
know we love you guys.
right.
I'm kind of a character all the time.
Right, no,
so.
for sure. But you know, he's not standing above you going, "Holy!" Actually, he did yell, "Holy freaking crap!" when we first started too. That's kind
You
of
should have said, "Holy frickin' crap!" It's the Middlesex Express.
immediately. That's how you think
Monster
it should.
You don't know the Mac cast routine. Training one's so good at announcing the guests. It's mostly 75% that he's so good at that, and another 25% of I'm not really sure how to pronounce everyone's name properly. So you usually got that one covered. So I say, Training one, tell him who's here in my apartment mansion.
Middlesex Express.
It's a couple
Your
of
pop
chuds.
mansion.
A couple of chuds.
Couple of
A
chuds.
couple of chuds.
So, guys, we're going to go back in time a little bit, talk a little bit of jiggity jive. I feel like right now there's kind of a buzz going on about the Middlesex Express.
I wouldn't say it's so much as a buzz. I'd say it's more of a happening. You know,
a
like,
happening. It's a
it just-
happening, man.
all the
Breathe it
places
in.
fit in all the right time. You know, it really is taking me aback. It's hard to adjust. You know.
It's pretty cool, man. I'm glad to see that it's happening for you guys, though.
Sure, I guess. I'm just kind of just following the wave. If people enjoy it, that's great. And thank you. That's it. You know, I don't want to. Just doing it.
Well, you guys right off the back was a team that I noticed in a crowd of people. You know what I'm saying? You guys always, I felt like you put in the hard work to make sure your gear was there and that the gimmick was actually there. You weren't. It seemed like you were doing it more than just fun. That you're really trying to make a name for yourself. And I don't want to mention any promotion names, but there was a promotion where I would say that not all the guys were like fully putting in that effort, and that right off the back.
Did some of the guys sucked? Like, what are you talking? Like, what are you trying to be? So
I'm trying to be in a nice way.
I don't want to say any company initials, but those guys, they weren't exactly out there hustling. Like, would you say that there was some guys there that sucked, and you guys stood out, and you like immediately were like, these guys have a personality. You got the basics down in the ring. Like, it was just a matter of time before it caught on.
What we try to do is just is to be entertaining. I mean, as long as everybody's having a good time, that's when I think, you know, I'm at my best. When I look out into the crowd and I can look at this one guy that's out in the crowd and I can see that he's enthused, you know what I mean? The fact, exactly, making noise, just making noise,
off, yeah.
any kind of noise, you know, disgruntled, happy noise, you know what I mean? It's really crazy. You develop a connection with people, you know.
Now, it was Steve Broad that I actually first noticed before you guys were in a team, and he was rocking his little banana hammock, yellow trunks.
Oh yeah, I love those
Even
things.
before, I think I met you guys before he did, right? Is that the deal?
Yeah,
I met you guys at an NWW
New World
show.
Wrestling Extreme. Yes,
Right, and you guys actually had some like real nice stuff to say to me that day, and I always remember thinking like, "Hey, man, I don't." You guys didn't even team that show, right? It was like you guys did singles matches.
I wrestled in a mask.
Yeah, he wrestled in a mask as Wepa Juan Miguel.
Juan Miguel from Bogota, Colombia.
Yeah,
You are not Colombian, are you?
I actually am. I'm Colombian. Yes.
Dude,
shoot,
you are.
complete shoot.
You are,
I'm
how
kayfabe white.
you are so very white.
I know. My mom
yeah.
doesn't look that Spanish, so yeah.
That's cool. But so you were whipping Juan Miguel.
whipping Juan Miguel.
Wepa Juan Miguel. Nobody gets it.
I don't know what that means, but that's fine. And what did
I
you
wrestled
do?
as myself. I was right stuff, Stephen Lust.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
They were just like, yeah, we can't have two Steves.
It just doesn't work.
And I'm like, oh, good. I brought a mask just for this occasion.
Hey, it served its purpose, you know, and we ended up wrestling the Firebirds, Relentless Richard Ripley, and Marvelous Michael McManus.
That's
Two dudes that
insane.
we've known
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a very long time.
We beat
and,
those guys for the NWW tag team titles.
Yeah, that's great. Good for them. Good for you guys, I
Thanks,
guess.
dude. We held those belts for a total of
I saw that match,
like a
actually.
bunch of months, but there was no shows, and then we lost them to the Minutemen.
And they had it for like ever, right?
And then I think they had it for like one show, and then lost it to the Heavy Hitters.
But I mean, how long was that one show in between, you know?
It was months. It was
It was
months.
a while.
So yeah, like 7-month tag team champion.
Yeah, 7-month reign as tag team. But we met each other, and
I brought that belt everywhere. You gotta keep 'em.
I remember you did. We did bring them everywhere. But I remember like meeting you guys, and just remember thinking like I didn't know you like personally or whatever, but I thought you guys were like super. You guys were cool. We all got along. Like you didn't seem like, I don't know. When you first meet people, you can tell if you're gonna get along or not. I feel like right away, and I was like, these guys are pretty damn cool. And then I seen you in your banana hammock.
Oh, yeah.
And then I seen Middlesex Express the first time, and then like I was just in T's ear, just like, you got to bring these guys in. You got to use them for RWA. Like they're
That's
hilarious.
awesome.
So let's use them. And then T started going to those shows, and you know, you guys. I think it's cool, man. I'm glad you guys are rocking that indie wave. You've been, I know you've been popping up at the XWA Thursday night delight shows. I don't know what the hell they're called.
Thursday Night Throwdown.
Yeah, I mean, it was great to do something like that. I mean, especially if they're just starting out doing, you know, those those student shows and, you know, just trying to get people in. And I think it's great. I think it's a great experience for everybody. I think everybody gets a chance to go out there and showcase what they can do, you know, and some others, you know, some are really, really good, you know, and opportunity, man, opportunity.
Is that a big theme in the Middlesex Express story?
If the door opens a little bit, I'm going to jam my foot in just in case.
Just gonna wiggle, just jam it in.
Yeah, just wiggle it in and like, hey man, I'm still here. Hello.
But before the buzz, before we met you guys had already been grappling for a little while.
Kinda.
Let's go back, man. Like there's the WAW right up out of New Hampshire.
Yep.
Is that where it was, New Hampshire?
Yeah,
Yes.
We're not going to mention any initials, brother.
No, that's him. I'll mention any initials, and I'll call people out by name. Even though I don't know anybody's name, and I don't have any problem with anybody there. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, we started entertaining crowds since 2012.
Yes.
Late September of 2012.
Yeah, we've been a tag team since then. What happened was originally is I took some classes and I didn't think, like, I got really beat up and I was like, you know what, I don't know if this wrestling thing is for me. You know, I had my son and everything, so I took a break and then I found out about WAW and was like, you know what, like, I'm probably never gonna go anywhere with it, so whatever, I'll just do it and just see what happens. And I don't know, you know.
Is that where you guys first met, or does the friendship go back further?
Oh no, I've known this chud since like I was 16 years old. I mean, goddamn, I was just a child.
No, when did you guys realize that you had the same birthday, and how shocking was
Okay,
that?
funny, like, actually met
You
him.
guys both named Steve.
We have a mutual friend
The
named.
Steve is spelled differently, though. I want everybody to realize that.
Yeah.
The Steves are different. That's all.
Still
What
the
is
same
the V?
birthday, though, right?
Right? Yeah,
Absolutely,
still the same
yes.
birthday, different year. Different year, though.
And they just celebrate it at the same time. You know what I mean?
Well, if we had the same birthday, would we not have like a giant party?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, so we met through a mutual friend named Kevin Bevis.
That happens a lot in the podcast.
That's
guys.
fine,
Sorry,
yeah.
we go off on random tangents.
We met. We were just hanging out. I slept over his house. We used to be jam all the time, playing the music.
Okay, music. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, not like,
Podcast got a little weird for a second.
not jam like like jam.
Used to sleep
jam.
over. We'd jam all the time.
Maybe they were playing the video game NBA Jam.
Def Jam Vendetta.
Def Jam Vendetta. Yeah, no, it was the shoes. It was definitely the shoes.
Dude, Def Jam Vendetta was my jam back in the day. The game was awesome. I like the first one better than the second one. Suck it.
Well, I never had a PS2, buddy. All right.
Sorry, I didn't either. I played him at his house.
We played PS2 at my house.
Good point.
Oh man, I feel like the best French song should be playing right now. Like,
All right, so back to what? How do we digress so
My bad.
terribly? So back to wrestling, and we started wrestling here in the WAW, and we just tried, man. You know, we tried to learn how to bump in a.
Well, how did you find out about the WAW? Like, were you guys Now you were a backyard referee. We talked about it a little bit.
Okay,
earlier.
so how I found out about WAW is
How did you guys met it when you were like 16? Like school, like just became friends? Like
yeah, it was
how did that happen?
across the street from a mutual friend's house is where he used to live, and I went over there, and he was like, "Oh hi, I'm Steve. Oh hi, my name's also Steve."
See, right there,
Yeah.
if that was me, I'd be like, "Fuck that guy."
And it was like, "Hey, I heard you like wrestling. I like wrestling too." Like literally, I swear to God. And like we went into the room, it was like, "Oh, dude, I got
So
no
this
mercy.
was
I got
it
no
was
mercy
the scene
too."
from
Oh
Step
shit!
Brothers. Where like, we just become best friends.
Pretty
Double
much.
high five.
There was a picture of him with a singlet, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, dude, I do high school wrestling too."
Yeah, it just so happenstance. You know, it's coincidence, man.
Completely like
It's-
weird occurrence.
It was a weird occurrence, but yeah. So we just kind of got to rapping about wrestling, and then it just, you know, it's like cool, you know. Oh, it would be awesome to do something like this one day, you know, and then take a
Always as
couple.
joke. Yeah, it was always a joke that we brought up. Like someday we're gonna be a tag team.
We'll be
man.
wrestlers. We'll tag
But it
together.
was always just like a pipe dream. It was never like we didn't. I mean, I didn't think we were serious.
I mean, it's not really taking it seriously, kinda, but I mean, you really should take it seriously, kinda, you know, because
yeah.
people train their lives, you know, and they give up, you know, a lot of time and they sacrifice, you know, to be in
I
the
meant about us
business.
becoming a tag team. Like I just like back then, I was like, that'll never happen. You know, but hey, cool.
It's a serious thing to be involved in, you know, but it's pleasure, it's pain, it's everything, you know. Wrestling is just the best form of art, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I guess I should say.
I like to be a stage performer, and like I really enjoy it. I have a lot of fun with it.
Did you do like plays and stuff when you were in school?
I actually was in a band for a long time, like for about like 6 or 7 years before I did the whole
In
started wrestling.
the same band for 6 or 7 years?
Bit more or less.
Or did like the band name change and like
Occasionally the
members
band
were in
would
and out
change,
and all
members
that
would be
stuff?
in and- yeah.
Okay,
that.
so just like the normal band. I didn't know if you guys were just like a normal steady band for all that time.
Yeah, there was some different bands
Yeah, yeah.
along the way, you know, and that's
Did you do shows regularly?
I did shows like I would say like 2 or 3 a month, sometimes 4, pretty regularly. Sometimes I do shows on my own, like solo.
Acoustic,
Yeah, that was a nice.
like in a coffee shop.
Yeah, I did the coffee shop stuff, so I was already used to kind of always being in front of people.
Right, people looking at you.
Yeah.
I'm used to people looking at me. But so how did you find out about WAW?
You can see what on the internet, found some videos, saw some videos, clicked
Just
the link.
randomly, just type some random stuff into the
Oh yeah, I actually
into
had.
the YouTubes.
Oh yeah, I used to do unfortunately backyard wrestling. I'm sorry, please. Anyway, yeah.
Listen,
So-
man, please.
please. Anyway, so yeah. And I had
Everybody in this room that's taking a bump on grass, raise their hand. All right.
Oh, shit. All right,
You know what I mean?
cool.
It's
All right.
happened.
So I had some friends that did that, and I remember they were going.
Put your hand down, Tommy Trainwreck and Devin Blaze. Sorry, I was just calling them backyard wrestlers.
Not here.
Not even here. Sorry.
Oh man, so yeah, I had some friends that I knew were going to New Hampshire for this thing, and I looked it up, and I'm like, "Yo, Steve, I mean, watch it. We could do this. It can't be that bad, right? Let's try it."
Silence.
Did they have some kind of training program? Was it like a school?
No, we actually got in contact with one of the guys who had been there for a long time, and he was helping on the air quotes booking committee, you know, and he was just like, yeah, you two just come on down and, you know, come work a quick, like, you know, 3-minute match, and then we'll see what it was. And we did it, and that was the first time I'd ever, like, worked a match in front of an audience.
Yeah.
And I had no right, you know, I had no clue what I was doing, you know, but I tried, you know, and I tried to.
You guys work each other?
Yes, we did.
At the time, he was living across the hall from my apartment with my dad, and we would used to what?
You got a false
edit that
memory?
It is a false memory. You absolutely had a false memory. I was living at a buddy of mine's house, and I just had the
He's
time.
like, wait a minute, no.
Wait a
that's not
minute,
true,
brother.
dude.
That's not true,
Can you
dude.
edit that out? Is that all right?
No, we're not editing that out.
Come on,
We'll
dude.
just talk
This
about
isn't.
how you
This
have a
is
false
real,
memory.
brother. This is real, brother. This
Edit
is
it
now.
out. We
We're
got-
live, pal.
We got Steve Weiner again over here telling us. You're whinering us. I can't even say it.
Anyway, so we went over the match a whole bunch of times. We were excited. We went there. We did the thing, and they liked it, and we were there. That's it.
It's just kind of the thing from there on.
Yeah.
Now, like, did you work something out beforehand? Did you guys practice a bunch? Like,
Oh yeah, we practiced a bunch, like just sitting in his fucking kitchen, you know, just doing chain wrestling the entire time, just in the span of his kitchen and his living room. Just
and then I'll
trying
do
working.
this, and then you do this.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you have UPW training videos and you watch as a kid,
hell yeah, UPW.
You know?
And the Ultimate Pro Wrestling Training and Workout Guide.
I own that DVD, just so you know. It's in the collection.
Somewhere.
oh, nice, that's awesome. The one with
When he says he owns it, he means I bought it and he took it.
Yeah.
Kazarian, Joe, and Cena.
I hold
yeah,
his I hold his DVDs for him at the Mack Mansion.
Yeah, as in he stole all my DVDs.
That's great. That's
when I
awesome.
moved out of the mansion to my own Mack cabin.
So yeah, we worked the match, and then we just started working, and we were doing pretty good. We were entertaining, Pushes his big baby face. We look so clean.
What were the names?
It was still Stephen Broad, and he was Steve Gamble.
Now, where'd the gamble come from?
I don't know. I always loved Vinny Vegas. I love Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash is great.
Kevin Nash is great.
I always liked that. I was like, Snake, Stephen Gamble. That sounds so great. Like, if only I could be from Las Vegas. But
Right.
you go into a place and you can't be from Las Vegas because this other guy's from Las Vegas. So you're from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Which is kind of like that. I could see you more from Jersey than from Vegas.
Oh yeah, dude, totally. I mean, I could
Now
be.
I'm just saying. I don't know about then. Then you looked like a baby boy. We were watching some footage.
Oh, I was a baby
the most
boy.
baby of baby faces.
I was so handsome, and then I got old and ugly.
That's dude. It happens to. I mean, not us, but like everybody else. It happens to everybody else.
Oh, you guys are ugly chuts.
Get out of here! Look at these masks.
Goddamn, under the mask. You gotta look beyond the mask.
You don't realize
Look
that
beyond the mask.
inside the mask is nothing but lotions. You know what I mean? Keeping our skin healthy and vibrant for years.
Yeah. We rub lotion in the inside of our masks. Yes.
Yes.
That sounds a little weird.
Don't worry about it.
It moisturize our faces at the same time that we're speaking to you as we're not.
It's like you guys should have a Craigslist ad for this.
No. Maybe like a YouTube editorial video. How to look young forever.
So, what do you think about them clowns there?
Oh, are you asking me
Yeah.
a serious question?
Yeah, how about you? You two chuttadors, how do you feel about the masked clown
I
situation?
think clown lives matter, and I say that in all seriousness because if I want to wear a clown suit on Halloween and juggle for children, I shouldn't have to worry about getting hit with a baseball bat.
Well, I mean, you can't beat that clown that's sitting in the middle of the road on a Wednesday night at 1:30 in the morning with no, I personally haven't seen it, but it's been a buzz. It's a happening.
Tons of videos, and I don't know if they're real or fake or.
I just feel bad for Devin Blaze and Tommy Trainwreck. They look like that all the time. How they gonna go get groceries on the street and stuff?
Tommy Trainwreck looks like a baseball.
Speaking of groceries,
He
how,
does that.
I don't
With
get
half of his face.
how does he eat Parmesan if he's lactose intolerant?
He struggles through it. I don't know. He's a weird guy.
That's toughness, man. You can't mess with that.
You can for sure.
Because of the spaghetti.
Yeah. Well, he spaghetti always gets his Parmesan. He says that all the time.
That's a known fact, bro.
Yeah.
It's Spaghetti Daniel.
Right. And
He's gonna get his Parmesan.
And he's lactose intolerant, so he always cries like if you try to give him pizza and stuff. It's true.
So yeah, I was just concerned for them guys. But
Yeah. I don't know, man. The whole it's wild. People want to dress like clowns and pimp around the streets. It's like I don't understand why it's so scary.
It's scary if there's some psychopath in the middle of the road with what seems to be a giant machete or like a hacksaw, holding balloons. Like, what would you do? Would you just say, "Hey, what's up?"
Drive around him. You know what I mean? Don't stop. You just go.
I think one of these clown people is just gonna get murdered.
I think
in
that
cold
machete video is not a real one. I think it's just jackass kids out acting like jackass kids. Like when I was 16 years old, I probably would have done something similar, except it would be like Violent J's face paint when I was a kid.
But I do believe someone's been shot. But if not, someone will get shot.
I'm glad you ditched the face paint for the mask, kid.
Hey, thanks, dude. It was the face paint underneath the mask.
You did face paint?
Yeah, when I was a kid, like at concerts and stuff.
Whoop whoop.
2 scoops.
So you guys are working in is it AWA?
WAW.
WAW. See, I came close on that one. So you were a straight up team right away because you guys were buddies.
You actually said AWA, which is like an actual like the AWA. You know what I mean? Like not the.
That's not the one though.
Right. No.
Okay.
All right.
No, we had a couple of matches against each other, and then a pseudo.
Feud.
Yeah, and then a pseudo, like blow off, and then we started teaming ever since then, and then it's just been like it just spawned, man. We worked there for a little bit. Steve left for a little bit.
Yeah, I actually got injured and I had to take 6 months off. I dislocated my right shoulder.
It sucks, dude.
Yeah, it was all right though. It healed up, and I went back.
I continued to work, and I gradually got better because I learned how to use my body, and figure out what I'm doing by actually doing it all the time. And it was good, but it wasn't good at the same time. Like, there was points of times where if I had matches, I'd like look like a deer in headlights. I'd be an idiot, know what you're doing.
Yeah. And
Now, did you guys feel comfortable there right away?
No. I it was weird because, I mean, the whole way they do things is just, it's different than what you might be accustomed to. I don't want to go into that so much, but
You mean like booking wise?
no, just so they do like this time before the show, to work in the ring and like, excuse me, like go over the match and stuff, and like sometimes you work something out and it works better when you do try it the first couple of times and then you do it in the match later that night and it screws up, and I don't know, stuff like that.
Yeah, but regardless, yeah, we did it for a little while, and then we got better. Steve came back. We had a run for a little bit as a tag team, and then he left again because he had the birth of his daughter. So it took some time out, and then eventually, I continued to work for about 2 more years, and then I got my first indie show with the NWWE at the time.
That was that show that we met each other?
Yeah, where you wrestled.
Spanish Dave in my most upsetting match of all time.
Yeah, you seemed like a little disheveled after the match, but
It's literally it's somewhere on YouTube too, and that makes me upset. I wish I could have it pulled. It's literally the worst match I've ever had in my life, and
Mock it as spam next time you see it.
yeah, I'm gonna mock it as my identity being stolen. I did not give anybody permission to put me on the interwebs.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. There was
That was your first indie.
Yes.
It was not pretty cool. Do not say that. I was
no,
very
not that
upset.
match. No, just getting the whole show. 'Cause it was very random.
Spanish Dave beat your ass that night.
Shut up. Shut your mouth. Speak to me that way.
Yeah, we met a lot of people that night. We re-met Devin Blaze.
Yeah.
He's a cool cat.
Where did you meet him previously? Did he do some
I think
thing?
we had spoke on Facebook online, for like a year before or something like that.
Like sliding into your DMs trying to hit? Like, what do you mean?
No, I just started seeing his work around, and I thought he was he was good. I bought in immediately.
Yeah. And so you met them. There's a bunch of people that show that, right? Like the
Heavy hitters were there.
the hitters, the influence, the hoods.
Yeah, the Hoods. That's where we first met Chris Pyro,
Yeah, and
Davey.
yeah, they helped us get to Wayland City, and kind of like that just kind of snowballed from there, sort of.
Whaling City, from Whaling City to Showcase, and then we just bounced around that area.
And so you said the hoods where you're in to WCW?
Yeah, because he had mentioned it to us so that he would talk to somebody else, and then that person was Jamie.
How did
Jamie,
you knew them? You knew them just from the NWW shows, or
Yeah, it was just from that show. Yeah, it was just from that show. After the match, she was like, "I want to take you guys down to Wayland City, man. I think you guys do great there. Just call me in like a couple weeks, okay, man?" I'm like, "All right, cool, great." And
it actually worked out.
then actually, yeah.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. That's where we first met Brickhouse.
Brickhouse is the man. And
Oh, yeah.
it's one of my favorite memories is walking up the hill at NWW and just seeing you two sitting on the hood of your car in Brickhouse, like schooling you on the match. You know what I mean? Like talking about what you should have did or what you did right. You know what I mean? Like both. And I felt like that was Brickhouse never stops teaching. He's the man.
Yeah, he really, like, I guess he saw something in us, and that night he took us downstairs and the whole night lectured us and talked over everything, and he literally comes to almost all our shows to go over everything.
Now, you went from WCW. How do you guys feel about WCW closing down?
That saddens me.
Whaling
man.
City Wrestling, for people that aren't 100%
Yes.
sure.
Whaling City Wrestling.
I'm not asking you how you feel like how World Championship Wrestling closed. Like, I don't know, man. Ted Turner got the bone.
Nah, even with that, like
I was a
it was just a
WWF.
sad end to it.
Yeah. You're like
Both
man.
of them had sad endings to me.
Right.
But it was brutal. It wasn't sudden.
Certainly sudden.
Yeah, I was heartbroken because I always had a lot of fun when we went to Wayland City because like all the boys would hang out in the back, and that's how we met everyone and got to know everybody.
How you got from the locker room to where you wrestled, you had to walk through a bar. And that bar was always filled with either the people on the show or other wrestlers who came to watch the show or just to hang out.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun atmosphere in general.
It really was, and it was a big venue, you know. So you had space to do whatever you wanted, and it was very good. It was a good creative outlet.
For sure. Now you guys went there, and you're doing the MSE stuff.
We were doing the Middlesex Express, correct?
Yeah.
Now when did like the idea? When did that? Was it just you guys all the time, always as a tag team? You were just always a Middlesex Express, like this over the top, sexualized gimmick. Like
No,
how did that?
That all just came out from just being naturally good looking. I mean, you look in the mirror and you're like, you know, God damn it, you got to do something with that moneymaker kid.
Just being so damn handsome.
No. Yeah, we were like so clean cut beforehand, like, you know, like trying to do everything fucking like sliced bread.
Yeah.
We were like super baby face before, and then see, like I had taken some time off, and I did a few like WAW runs here and there, you know, nothing too crazy, but
Yeah.
So I had to take a summer off, you know, after, because my daughter was born, and Steve had turned heel during that, and they wanted me to come back for their big, you know, the show they do at Newton, Mass, every couple of times a year. And then we were like, all right, we got to do something different. We got to make a statement. And I'm like, dude, let's do the theme song that I've been wanting to do. And he's like, no, we're not doing the theme song. I'm like, come on, man, we got to do the theme song. We got to do the theme song. The Princes of the Universe, the Highlander theme.
The one was it because it was the Highlander theme? Is that why?
No, it just reminded me of like Arn Anderson, like the Horseman when you hear it. Yeah,
that strong bass. I don't know that bass line.
Oh man, I just like to be just a nuisance. My existence is to be a nuisance, and I think it's fun. You know, people just look at you,
Right.
and just because, like, you know, you have a crazy looking mustache, you know what I mean, or you bleach blonde your hair and it's cut, like, you know,
or you wear trunks, like people don't like trunks.
especially when you're out of shape, you know what I mean, when you got a big belly,
when
you know.
and then you're flaunting it. You know what I mean? You're
Exactly.
flaunting that big
You know,
belly in the trunk.
this is what my mama gave me, you know what I mean, and I'm gonna be handsome because she told me so.
I understand the whole like you like to be a pain in the ass kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody, I forgot who it was. They were talking about Christian, I think, or something, and they just straight up said like he just loves just pissing. He loves annoying people, and I totally understand that. Sometimes I enjoy getting on people's nerves. And
Yeah, get under somebody's skin a little bit, you know
Right,
what I
right,
mean?
and it's
Just
kinda
like,
fun.
Like, what are they gonna do? You know, nothing. You know, like, it's a lost art.
it's a lost art.
It was a bit of an adjustment for me at the time because I was so used to being like pretty boy, you know, like
Woo!
yeah. So like I kind of had to like dig for like a mean streak.
You had to look for that.
Yeah, it took a little bit.
Now you
I
said you
was
mentioned the
always
music.
smiling, you know, like yeah, I'm here, you know, and I had to pass on that. It was weird.
You talked about the music that you wanted to use.
Yeah.
I feel like music's a big part. You seem like people know it's you guys when you're coming out. It's that strong riff.
Exactly.
I love our song too. Like obviously, I love our song, but it's got a building intro and it bangs. You know what I mean? It's how important do you feel music is to a wrestling entrance?
I feel like it really sets the tone, and you know, you get so used to a certain thing, if you're not ready for it and you hear something, it kind of might bring your vibe down, and it does kind
What
of
do you mean if you get your music changed on you?
yeah, but yeah.
I mean, to echo what he said, yeah, you know, it sets the tone, you know. Everybody knows who's coming out, like, you know what I mean? And you're going to wait. And you're going to wait for me to come out until I'm ready, you know what I mean?
It really does get that arrogant heel thing over pretty quick, because you have to wait for that, like, that second or two till we come out, like.
Shit, our intro's long as hell, man. It used to be even longer. We cut it down like 2 years ago. We were like, man, people will wait like a minute and 12 seconds before we come out. Wow. Yeah, it was long. The Tech 9, the 1981 Tech 9, that one in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's much longer than it is when we actually come out. We like cut it in half. Still pretty long.
That's great, dude. Yeah, entrance is very important. You know, when we do our whole spiel, you know, we go out to the ring, you know, chuds, because they're all our chuds, and I'm sorry.
You look this good.
You do wish you looked this good.
And that's kind of part of the whole big package, you guys. The music, the entrance, all that stuff. Now, is that part of why you think you guys are catching that little bit of a wave right now?
Actually, I have no idea. And if it's working, I hope I keep
For
doing
sure,
it.
it's working, obviously, right?
It's a tight jacket. It's a good bit.
It is a good bit. You know, we try to change it up every now and then, but it's getting hard to not want to do the same thing over and over again. You know what I mean? Because
I just thought the jacket was really tight and he couldn't get it off every.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, the jacket was real. It sucks. The inside's all ripped up, actually, and
I'm trying to rip it off you so many times.
yeah, now that the lining is ripped up, it actually comes out pretty easy now.
Yeah, it slides right off.
See, all you had to do was break it in.
Now his
Yeah,
jacket
just gonna
is
break
hard
it
to
in a
take
little
off.
bit.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's because I'm just fat in general. I'm not what you would look like. I'm not what you would say I am, a handsome man,
I am
but
not.
I'm not a bad looking dude.
Yeah, handsome as hell, dog. I'll
I
say it.
disagree. I think he's very handsome. He looks like an Arn Anderson. You know,
Like a man's man.
he's a Tully. He's the Tully Blanchard, bro, of today.
the Tully Blanchard of today.
Those are big boots to fill. I don't think I could.
okay.
These are
yeah,
bold
maybe not. But
statements,
he's got that
my-
look. He's got that look, brother.
My friends.
That old school, like, damn, this guy would beat me up in a bar kind of look.
Yeah, man. I use it to my advantage. You know, I got a round belly, so that round belly can be used for many things.
It's very stiff belly.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
can
like,
be.
It's filled with muscle. A belly filled with muscle.
I'm just kind of a twink, and I just kind of stick with that.
I thought you were more of a twonk versatile.
That's fine. Good. Yeah, I'm a power bottom.
Generates all that power from his bottom. Sorry,
It's
guys,
so true,
we just
though.
went in a middle.
that's
always
just-
sunny rant there.
Yeah, dude.
There's a reason he's Steve too.
He is
too.
Steve too. Guess which one's Steve too?
Is it you?
It's not me, brother.
It's him, right?
It's
Yeah,
him,
totally
brother.
him.
It's all 'cause the butt.
The butt.
No, not really. No.
I don't know what any of this means, guys.
Just for whatever people would always be like Steve 1, Steve 2, and I for no reason at all, I would just be like I'm Steve 2, just because like everybody wants to be number 1, I'm going to be number 2.
I was gonna
bro.
say, guess which one is Monster Mac?
So like,
Trainee number one. Number one.
so I'm Steve and he's other Steve.
Other Steve, okay.
Yeah.
But I like that. It's cool. I'm the other Steve.
When you say
You're
it
the
like
wild
that,
card.
you know what I mean? Like, how can you disagree?
I'm the wild card, baby. And it's funny because it's true. I actually am the crazy one.
Here's a good one. Good question from the Mac. When growing up, since you guys shared the same birthday, did you find a little bit of time to visit each other's birthday parties?
Yeah, pretty often actually.
Yeah, sometimes we'd even like have joint birthday parties, and just have a whole bunch of
Because you guys
debauchery.
had group
Yeah,
of
we
same
really
friends?
did. We used to be really crazy back in like the early college days. We didn't go to college, but we had all the fun.
But
At the time in which we should have, like all of our friends are in college. We're like, hey man,
the training school.
you need
days
a
for
roommate,
me.
brother,
Oh yeah, we
That's like
were
a
pretty
college,
rad
right?
those days.
I have a degree somewhere.
and a lifelong ago,
Doctorate, actually.
and a lifelong ago. But yeah, no,
Completely different life.
Well, of course, a completely different life. But I mean, you guys hit WCW, you start working, you said you're bouncing around. How'd you get the showcase in?
Right after like our second match that we did, which I think was it Redemption or was it the Firebirds again? Yeah, it was the Firebirds again. Sergeant Muldoon came up to us and was like, I love it, guys. You got boots, you got trunks, you know how to work in the ring. I'm bringing you to showcase, and like literally like.
That was an awful Muldoon impression.
Yeah, it was.
That was by.
I'm usually
that
dead
was
on.
awful,
I messed
man.
that one up.
Holy cow.
But yeah, he just had us on, and yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Really spot on, Muldoon.
you sir are a liar. Yeah, no, we started working for Showcase. We met Blackheart, Chris Blackheart. Chris Blackheart's cool dude.
Yeah,
I like him a lot.
Awesome dude.
I like
he was
him,
on
dude.
Jerry Springer. You know that?
Was he really?
Yeah.
Was he in the crowd or was he
Cheating
part
on
of the
his
show?
wife.
He was on the show. I
No.
swear to you, Blackheart was one. Ask him about it next time you see him.
You need to pull that footage out.
We've searched for it, but we can't find it. But it exists, dude. That's real life.
That old team of trainees looking for that.
I don't believe it until I see it.
Listen, man, you could just ask him. I've seen it. It exists.
Would that be a really bold question to ask him about?
No, I asked him about it immediately when I found out.
too. Yeah.
One time he asked me to go up to his wife and introduce myself as Steve Ricard. I didn't get the joke, but I did it.
It's because you look like a little baby Steve Ricard.
Yeah, with a smaller nose.
Him or you?
I don't know.
But just to clear things up, he claims that he was cheating on his wife on the show, but he claims that Jerry Springer paid him to say that. Can you believe that shit? There's no way that would have happened.
Well, I mean, how much are we talking here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if I was splitting it with my wife, she would probably do it.
Or paid you enough to actually cheat on your wife to like make you do it. Is that what happened? Did he pay him to?
Depends on what we're looking at.
I don't know. Either way, he was on there. I think wasn't Tiny the Terrible on that episode too.
No, I'm not
Tiny
cheating on
the
my wife
Terrible.
for Tiny the Terrible. I don't swing
No,
that
I'm
way.
not telling you to bang Tiny the Terrible. That's just
awful.
inappropriate.
That's awful. Yeah. Work for Blackheart, and we worked with them for a little bit, for a long
Before you
while.
guys were saying like, no, we actually like Blackheart. Like we don't like Blackheart. Look, dude, we for sure like Blackheart, but I also know that he's an insane person.
Well, everybody's
That's
a little
exactly
insane.
why I like him.
Right, of course. But I'm not saying that it's a bad thing.
Really though, everyone is like a little crazy, and I think that's why we kind of like fit in because we're just kind of like those little off. Everyone's a little off, in the
Misfits.
wrestling.
So
Yes, very
you,
well
you
put.
guys show up for Showcase, start wrestling there. Did you get the Chris Blackheart Showcase surprise? Did you try to tweak your character a little bit?
Surprisingly, no. I mean,
Other than making you babyface.
He you know, with the first couple he tried, you know, but it just didn't work. It didn't resonate. You know, we just looked like jerks.
It just when I look at you guys, I don't think like look at these two handsome studs out here ready to just grapple to grapple. Like
believe me,
you
it's
look
tried.
like douchebags. Like
We're the
I
dastardly
don't mean
D's,
that
you
in
know
a
what
bad
I mean?
way. I
Like,
mean that like you look at you guys and you just want to boo you guys.
yeah, thanks. That's good.
I know.
I don't know. You got all these chudly do-rights around here. You know what I mean? And they just
Bunch of chuds.
yeah. We just don't look
Chuds.
like that. We don't look like that cookie cutter, clean cut. You know, we're rough around the edges, as they say.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I like that. Rough
How
around.
long did the babyface thing last in Showcase?
2 or 3 shows maybe.
Yeah, they really pushed it, and we really tried, and we almost had it. I felt like, but
And then what happened?
it was just I don't know.
It wasn't resonating with the crowd, you know, and so it was like, just do whatever you want to do. And then Russell Babyface is like, I think the Monster Mack and Trainee number 1.
That was the first time we went heel at Showcase.
Oh yeah, and that turned out pretty good, right? You guys, they hated the shit out of you.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys are chuds, you know. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. We're a couple. Did you say chudly do rights?
chudly do-rights, you know, because they're so dastardly with the
Yeah,
dastardly
yeah.
D's.
That's
That was
pretty
also our
humorous.
first show with you guys too.
Of course, they're gonna cheer us over these guys. You know what I'm saying?
We look like cartoon characters. They look like their dad's friends.
Well, you guys are idiots, so people cheer for idiots.
What's wrong with your dad's friends?
I'm ripping up the Peace Treaty right now, Trainee.
You look like idiots, all right? You jerks.
Hey, I hang out with your dad. You got a problem with your dad?
No, I have no problem with my dad. I'm just saying you look like my dad's friends. That's all.
The Mackcast is gonna end up with a bunch of bangs and noises going on.
Better watch your mouth. son.
Watch your mouth, son. But yeah, that was the first time we wrestled you guys, right? And
Yeah, and it was good. It was fun.
It was fun. I fell out of the ring for real.
You did.
I got
oh,
real- I got-
dizzy, bro.
I did. I gave you an airplane spin and got super dizzy for real and actually fell out of the ring.
Yeah, I know, it was hilarious.
It's pretty funny. I just went with it. Once I fell out, I was like, man.
Yeah, and it works.
Might as well
And it
make a
worked
joke
perfect.
out of it.
And it worked perfect. And then, you know, we scooped you back in.
It was just ridiculous. But again, that was the first time we worked with you guys. But I feel like we had already been pushing you on people to try to get you booked in RWA. And when did the RWA thing start happening? Because you guys had wrestled in a couple other places
year.
in that building, right?
A
year ago, yeah. Prior to that, I had been wrestling in RACW, which I got through a friend of mine who had left WAW, and I heard about him
Name
going
names.
there.
Name them names.
Name them names. You don't have to name them names.
Nah, man.
You name names.
Nah, it's my boy Damien. He also raps. Check out. I think he's got a concert coming up.
Yeah, Lyrical Death Wish. I think they're doing something at the Rock and
Is
Shock.
it the Rock and Shock?
The Rock and
go
Shock.
check out Lyrical Death Wish. Our boy Damien, Andy Doss.
Yeah, Andy Doss.
Is
man.
that big kid?
It is that big kid, yeah.
Is he like a rock band or is he a rapper?
He's a rapper.
Juggalo, bro.
He's actually not bad.
Oh, whoop whoop. He's a juggalo, bro.
I know you can say that, but it doesn't mean he's not a rocker though. Well, there's a
No,
lot
but
of
he
juggalo rockers.
he is a rapper along with our buddy Roger, you know.
Yeah, Roger, dude. Yeah.
They're a rap
FKA
group.
Hawk. Yes.
They're a rap group.
Yeah.
They're lyrical
Lyrical Death Wish.
Death Wish. Okay.
I think they're opening for Twisted. I could be wrong.
Now by
I don't
opening you
necessarily
mean
follow.
they're playing the small stage, not in the same room.
Oh,
Sideways.
I have no idea how that works.
Yeah, I don't know how them juggalos do their things, bro.
Yeah,
How do you
yeah.
guay do your things?
Like me and him, we wait for the 1, 2, 3 go, and then we go through the curtain on the. Bang, bang, bang. I'm a player. That's how we do it. Yeah.
Tech 9?
Makes sense. You Tech 9? I don't listen to Tech 9.
I'm sorry to hear that, dude.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's
into
like
that.
famous now and stuff. It's kind of crazy. We've been using music's always been important to us, like the entrance music, and we've been using that since like literally like backyard wrestling days. That same song
Definitely check
forever
it
and
out.
ever.
So I always like to check out different music.
The Bob's Andy Kaufman. I ripped off his song, his wrestling theme song. I ripped that off for a while, but right after that.
Before that you did what, the Monster.
Sir Mix-a-Lot. That's where I came from, baby.
But so continue. You guys have been bopping around. How did you get that RWA the hookup?
A year ago, actually, I think next week, was Devil's Night, and that was our debut match for the RWA against Chris Cruz and Amanda Fox.
Yeah, that was a good one. Actually, it was I think a month or two before we were hanging out with Mike Montero and Chris Pyro in the parking lot. And it's like, you guys got to come down, man. You guys got it. I'm going to talk to you right now.
Was this after like an RICW show or something?
No, this is at a Wayland City show. And
Okay.
They were like, we're going to go tell T right now. And we're kind of embarrassed because we didn't really know T at the time. You know, he was always sitting quiet, and we're always just like, Jesus,
Right,
who's
and
this guy?
T's a big dude too, so he's like, I can see where it'd be intimidating.
Yeah, intimidating. I mean, I was just always respectful. Nobody had ever introduced me to T beforehand, but I had seen him.
Right.
And, and I obviously see, I did wear a tattoo on his arm, and I've seen his stuff
that's probably
before.
that
And
guy.
it's like, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we just didn't want them to be like, yeah, everyone's having fun at a party. Be like, hey, man, this guy booked these guys. And it's like, hey, man, I don't want to put myself
your
out there
impression
like that.
of T Phoenix is the same impression of John Muldoon. I just want to let you know that.
I wasn't any particular impression.
Okay.
Oh, what a chud.
They are chud.
Same as Muldoon. That's Muldoon and T Phoenix. Anybody that books you guys has that, hey guys, what's going on voice going down.
Nah, brother.
What's your Jimmy Allen impression like?
Oh, God.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it now.
Hey kids, you gotta come down.
I can't do impressions when people just ask me to.
Do it now.
And you want to do voiceover work? How dare you?
Oh, shut up.
How dare you?
Well, you can't ask me. You
shame.
got to contract me, see?
Oh yeah, I'll print the piece of paper out right now.
Where them duck it at, baby.
No.
Give me the money. I need the money.
So what was the hookup? Who did T just finally? Somebody message him or like?
Yeah, we messaged him.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, he had met us at a couple of shows, and I had stopped to have a conversation. He was like, I really like you guys. You guys are doing your thing, and I really like your gimmick. And I mean, then when everybody's saying, hey, your gimmick is good, you know what I mean? You go with the gimmick. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
Right.
and that's how we just kind of we grew into ourselves, and we know who we are, and that's a hell of a thing.
There was a point where we wanted we thought about not changing the gimmick, but changing if people had a problem with you being called Monster Mac and stuff like that. But then eventually we were just like, nope, never mind. We're just staying true to ourselves. And you get advice from people every once in a while that you respect, and when they put you over and say something good about you, then you kind of just want to keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, I mean, just don't keep doing what you're doing. I mean, keep doing what you're doing, but make it better.
Obviously progress.
Yeah,
right,
of course.
but,
yeah.
Don't stray off the path almost.
Exactly. Just do what you do well, but stretch it out and do it with more things. Does that make sense?
I totally makes sense.
Yeah, just if you can't do it, if it's something that's not working, don't bother. Just let it go. Even if if you're a little uncomfortable with it at first, if it's working, take advantage of it.
Now, there was a point where every year there seems to be people that we wrestle more than anybody else that year. One year it was the Minuteman, then it was the Influence, and now it's you guys. I feel like 2015 to 2016 I wrestled you guys more often than I wrestled any other tag team multiple times, you know what I mean?
Well, it's because we were on every show together, you know what I mean? And
Right,
just because, and we'd be like, oh yeah, hey, the Macs are here, cool, man.
And we'd always end up getting booked against each other. And it's for sure always a fun time when we wrestle each other. I look forward to it because I know that you guys don't take yourselves too seriously. That where if we make you look like some dummies, you're not going to be too mad at us afterwards.
No, not at all, no.
I just no touching the cape next time.
You guys are the dummies. I mean, you guys wear masks. So look at you. You guys are sitting on this weird plaid couch wearing masks.
Don't worry about the plaid couch, all right?
I'm just saying.
Does the
that's
cape
a
still
really
smell
nice
like shit?
Cape. I don't
Did you
need
like the smell of my ass
getting
on your
greasy
cape?
Fingers all over it.
Oh, you can't wash that out, bro.
We had it dry cleaned. They sprayed it with chemicals.
Nah.
Somehow you guys made it smell like cat piss. I don't know how that happened.
You leave my cat out of this.
He sends past his cat. He's a little sensitive about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love the
I
cat
drank
too.
a whole bottle of wine that night. It was terrible. No, a whole
Was
box. It was a box, actually.
A whole box of wine.
Yeah, it was a box. Steve-O wasn't there, but he picked me up the next day to hang out. And
And
he's
you
like,
were all
dude, are
jacked
you all
up.
right? Like,
You're
I
just
drank
all
a
still
whole-
messed up.
Why did you drink a whole box of wine? My cat died. Like, you chud.
Have you two ever slapped the bag?
Slap the bag?
Yeah, take a box of wine, take the bag out, take it out, take a giant guzzle, and then you slap that bag, baby.
No, I'm not a big wine guy. Like,
gotta
other
take-
than the French wine,
Excuse
which I
me?
have exclusively during dinners and podcasts.
Speaking of French wine,
That
Steve,
French wine doesn't come in bags. You know what I mean?
Steve, can I have one of those fine wine in a can, please?
A can
You
of
certainly
wine.
can have a can of wine.
Again, this is an episode of Always Sunny where you're going to be drinking a
No,
a
it's
soda.
it's literally wine in a can.
Literally.
Literally.
Wine in a can.
It is. It's wine in a
I
can.
didn't know Coors made wine.
I know it's new. It's called Coors W.
W.
You mind your own business, Chud.
You guys.
I'll smack you.
Hey.
Who's he talking to?
You're lucky
Yes.
there's moderators here to watch us.
Looking right at me.
Monster Mac is terrible.
Now he's calling me by name and everything. Is he still talking to me?
I think he's talking about the other
No,
one.
Monster Mac. You know Monster Mac.
Yeah, dude, I know him.
No, not that guy. No, I'm talking to you,
Oh,
brother.
you're talking to that other guy. The Hit Squad, listen up. Middlesex Express is calling you out.
No, we're not. Don't say that.
They're calling you out.
It's awful. None of their views express exactly how I feel. That is terrible.
Don't try to divert the subject at hand next
Whatever,
week, all right?
whatever.
You bunch of chuds.
So, you're talking about next week. That's
Next week,
That's
House of
eventually
Bricks.
what I was getting to. We've wrestled each other a bunch of times.
Listen, we got plenty of time to talk about next week. All right, right now we're enjoying ourselves in this little peace treaty.
All right.
Yeah, trying to
We'll get to
change
the
the
end.
subject.
So you guys start working with the RWA about a year ago.
Yes.
And is that where things start really picking up for you guys? You
Kinda,
feel like
yeah.
you were able to showcase your talent more, your gimmicks more in front of people who wrestle other places as well to help you branch out?
Actually, yeah, I think that was like a big turning point for us where like we took all those little things at Brick House, like came to all the shows that we did and was like telling us about. We really like, and everybody like knew what was going on because they all worked with like the same guys. So yeah, we all got along. We all knew everyone already. So that was even more good.
Yeah,
more good.
Yeah.
that was even more good. that was even more good.
As you can tell, we've been drinking the French wine
The French wine is delicioso. In a
can.
can. Yeah, Coors W.
But
Don't look it up.
I also had some Fireball, kid.
some Fireball. So what were some of the teams that you guys have worked that you feel like obviously Brick House has helped you guys out like along the way, like make that turn from underground wrestler to indie wrestler?
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of sat down and and taught us something, and we learned us some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he just had faith in us, and the fact that he had faith in us made us want to be better,
Yeah.
And so we actually got okay. I'm not saying we're the best around, but we're really good,
I have to admit, like, I didn't necessarily really believe in myself until like I had someone, like, I know everybody was like, yeah, man, you guys are great and good thing, and like, you don't want me to say that? All right.
I don't know. You're just saying that because we switched because you had.
Oh, why didn't I have the other
yeah,
microphone?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like when you really like got into it, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, better.
Cool. Yeah, better.
Cool. Yeah, better. And I'm just gonna like, all right,
I feel
this
like
is working.
I feel like the mic switch thing threw you all off there.
I did. Anyway, yeah, we started working a lot of tag teams. We started working the Firebirds, Relentless Richard Ripley
Yeah.
and Marvelous Michael McManus, and we had a couple of matches with them at Whaling City, and then eventually we started working in the RWA area. So when we started doing that, like we started wrestling guys like you, the Fellowship at Showcase is when we first started wrestling them.
We did a lot of shows at the Fellowship. That was always a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like those two guys. Those two guys are great, solid people.
I'd say if there's like another rivalry besides you ugly fucking chuds, it would be the Fellowship. It was a lot of fun.
Jesus, he's getting real like. It's
dropped- this is
progressively
real.
getting more aggressive
He's shooting
on the
from the hip.
podcast.
There was a hatred in that F word.
Yeah, you said that like aggressively.
He really meant what he
I
says.
believe
He
it.
says what he really means.
Yeah, Cool People's another rivalry that's slowly picking up. Yeah.
Chud people, thank you.
The Chud people. CHU no KH.
JCAC.
JCAC. Is that what he called them? Is that
At the show,
Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds about right.
Chad Epic. Also, big ups to Chad Epic. Chad Epic is a really great guy. If anybody ever needs anybody to be a commentator, a manager, anything, like Chad Epic. Chad Epic's great.
Chad Epic caught a little bit of heat not going to that last NWW show.
Really now?
I didn't.
Word on the streets. Word on the streets, kids.
Well, I don't know. Everyone was already booked for Alchemania, So.
Yeah. Is that why? Was he booked to manage you? Was he managing you guys?
He
that
was
night,
not,
or
no.
No, he was doing, I think, announcing, and no, he was doing a whole bunch of managing for his whole group of people at the Alchemania show. But that had been booked like months ago, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, because I think he was doing commentary for NWE, and I think he was doing
and
pretty
they had
well.
Nobody.
Yeah, and that's awful.
So Troop was pissed.
Oh.
Word on the streets.
Yeah, well.
Purely
I'm
speculation. No,
Who
no,
did the ring
that.
announcing that show?
Ring announcing like physical, Rich Palladino. Like
Yeah, great.
But usually he does commentary, and they had like
Matt Bishop.
like different wrestlers do commentary.
Matt Bishop didn't make it for that one.
I don't know who Matt Bishop is.
Matt Bishop is the guy that was doing commentary with Chad.
The other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he was there either.
Oh wow.
You didn't hear it here on the Mackcast.
That anybody was mad. I'm just saying. I think he caught a little bit of heat. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. I just remember people not being happy with what was going on.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it happens. It's pro wrestling. People hashtag. No, I'm sorry. Asterisk.
Hashtag heat happens.
Heat happens, but asterisk cause subject to change.
Yeah.
That means announcers too. So you guys stop popping off at RWA. You're doing your jive everywhere. Where does the Middlesex Express go from here?
I think it goes where it's supposed to go. I think things might happen for us. Like we're getting a lot of opportunities from a lot of people.
Right.
And it's just doing the Thursday night throwdown is a completely different experience. With the XWA, and that was actually really fun. Great facility.
Oh yeah, I loved it. That was great.
The building itself is great. I don't know. Great job to the guy. I don't know if it's open that he made the whole thing, but great job to the guy who built the whole thing. And the setup is super sweet. And
it's all set up for TV. The backstage is great.
like you
the
can
ring is
do
very
live
nice.
promos right from the back, and it's all pretty cool. Sweet setup. XWA Wrestling Kingdom. You can get trained by Matt Taven, and
That's at 3 Bridal Ave in West Warwick.
you just look it up. I don't know if to do.
Yeah, and
It's
Michael
like an
Bennett.
industrial park. Mike Bennett,
Definitely worth checking out.
who's in Impact Wrestling, which apparently was just not sold, but the tape library.
I'll believe it when it's set in ink.
It's
When
gonna-
it's
yo,
completely
dog,
done, then
It's going to be all the old Wednesday night TNA pay-per-views are going to be on the WWE Network. In
anything
like 2
from the
months.
asylum is gold.
2 months.
More DVDs that I'm gonna have to try to sell that I don't need anymore.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's terrible, right? Look at all those wrestling DVDs that are just on the network right now.
Yeah, you don't need any DVDs anymore. It's terrible.
We don't need any. Yeah, exactly. Not just wrestling DVDs. All kinds of movies.
Yeah, everything's online, man.
Burn them all.
I know you don't even need
VHS
cable
tapes.
anymore. You just get Hulu watch the day after.
Yeah.
But if you're okay with
Spend that
spoilers,
extra money.
spoilers.
Yeah, I don't mind spoilers. So you're saying you're gonna go where you feel like you need to go.
Anywhere that'll have us, honestly.
Right.
Yeah, because
You guys have been working a lot in a lot of different places.
Yeah, we do. We try to do as much as we possibly can.
Yeah,
In a weekend, we aim for 2 to 3 shows.
minimum, right?
Minimum,
Like-
if you can, 2 minimum. We try at least 4 in a weekend for for Saturday. or
well, I mean, you
Friday.
guys are coming up from Lowell. That's a long trip.
It's not
to
so
make
bad.
back and forth.
It's not so bad, but with the it's a lot of gas, a lot of miles.
Right. And I mean, you're coming out on a Friday night during
I don't mind.
traffic.
Traffic
and all
is
that
horrible,
jiggity-jive.
but I don't mind going out on a Friday.
Right.
night.
And I'm just saying, sometimes you got 2 shots out here in a weekend in the same area, and you're driving 8 hours, round trip for the weekend, easy.
Whaling City memory. I remember driving down and it was just snowing and awful, and it was just the worst traffic in the world coming down last year, and it was just But I came down to wrestle in front of maybe
8 people
15. Yeah, I'd say 8 to 15 people.
because of how shitty it was outside, right?
Yeah, it was kind of sad, but you know what? I still made the most of it.
Those are the weekends that give you a little bit of character, though. Build you up a little on the
The
horror
you know what I
scale.
mean?
Wrestling in front of nobody during a snowstorm or a rain. You know what I mean? Still wrestling at a festival when it's raining outside. It's just those things that the show must go on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what else are you gonna do? You're there, right?
Now, are there teams that you guys haven't worked with yet that you want to try to do some stuff with in the future? Who do you want to work with in the future?
First person that comes to mind is the Heavy Hitters
Okay.
and the Minutemen, because those are the only 2 the RWA teams that we haven't for some reason just
Cross
had the
paths
chance.
with.
Yeah, just for whatever reason.
Well, it's because they're heels and you guys are heels. That's why. That's the
Yeah.
reason.
No, of course. Heels. What do you mean? This is just who I
Sorry.
am.
No, I know, but in real life, hashtag real life heel. But so Minutemen, Heavy Hitters, who else? And what about you, Steve?
Minutemen definitely. I really want to wrestle Adrenaline Rush.
Oh, Adrenaline Rush, definitely. Those
I don't-
guys are awesome.
Who's that?
Keith Youngblood and Dan Evans.
Okay, the names Dan Evans. Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I didn't know their name.
Danger Punch Dan Evans. You've
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
him
no,
at Wayland City.
I've seen the other guy
And
too.
Keith
I
Gordon
think.
was
Yeah,
the guy with the blue.
skinny guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I know
a
you're
tag
talking about.
team. And I would really like to have tussle with them.
Those are two sharp-looking dudes, I'll tell you.
Two sharp looking dudes.
They are.
And go ahead.
Yeah, and there's
Feel like I
also
cut you off, my bad, dude.
they're not a tag team anymore, but I always wanted to work with Anthony Green and what's his face
Cam
there?
Zagami.
Cam Zagami, yeah. The Cam Man connections. I think that'd be very funny, if not really like wrestle fun, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like in a perfect world, I'd get to wrestle, like the Logan brothers from Lowell, just because Lowell versus Lowell,
Right, you guys are all from that area.
Growing up in Lowell, actually, we was friends with them sometimes, and occasionally Matt Logan, I let him borrow like a tape to learn guitar, and we used to hang out occasionally. We weren't like
so
friends.
they kind of know
but
you guys.
we were acquaintances.
Right.
With me, I don't know about Steve, but like I knew them. We've met before. So that was always cool to go to the shows. It'd be like, "Hey, Steve, what's up? Thanks for coming out."
Yeah.
That was always cool.
Yeah, I never really knew them because I didn't grow up in Lowell, so like,
Right.
But I mean, as a kid, I grew up in Lowell, but I didn't know them from back then.
Now, what's the deal, guys? It's us versus you guys. House of Bricks going to the finals for the House of Bricks tag team titles. In the opposing matchup, I think it's the Wild Hammers, which is Devin Baker and Zach Ramos, and they're taking on. What is that? Why is that?
What?
I thought you were like nodding. Like, did I get their names wrong? Was
No,
that
you
the-
did. You did it right. I was very
all right,
proud
all right,
of you.
thank you.
We're drinking all this French wine.
And they're wrestling the Rotten Examples,
The Rotten Examples, I think so.
which I don't understand how that happens because we beat them at the last like 2 House of Brick shows ago to eliminate
happened.
them
It
from
doesn't
the
matter.
tournament. I'm just saying we eliminated them from the tournament and they're back. Is this like
You
a round robin
eliminated
tournament?
nobody. You
No, it
eliminated
happened.
nobody.
Was that just a non-tournament matchup then? Is that what happened? Because I'm pretty sure we pinned Donnie Rotten 1, 2, 3 after the French Waffle Press, dog.
That never happened.
I'd seen it. I think
Yeah.
it's on HOBT. No, it's not.
Well, we've beaten everybody there for tag teams, and it's just like now they gotta throw us another bone. You know what I mean? They're gonna throw us you two chuds.
Oh yeah, just another time for us to get beat up by you guys. I always say it.
Yeah, but I mean, we haven't lost at House of Bricks. You know what I mean? Tell me who beat me.
At House of
Me and
Bricks, are
Steve,
you guys
tell me,
undefeated at House of Bricks?
Yes.
No, not undefeated. I don't believe so. I believe there's a blemish of disqualification because you two
Oh, yeah,
chuds, stole Chad's umbrella and tried to swing it at me, and I caught it, and then I had to hit you guys.
It was self-defense.
It was self-defense. You guys were blatantly going to try to cheat and use the umbrella.
Do you have any idea what the
We
hell
had
this
to
guy's
defend
talking about?
ourselves.
I think Crazy Chad, our old friend. I think that's what he's talking about, right? Chad's umbrella.
Chad Epic. No, Chad Epic. You
yeah,
chud.
yeah. He comes out with the umbrella because in case of a random rainstorm, he could, cover his buddies and himself.
You never know. You tried to open it up and hit me with it. You know that's bad luck, right?
It wasn't indoors, was it?
It doesn't.
Oh,
It was
my bad.
indoors. All right. And you know what?
I guess that is bad luck.
That's not nice, man.
Is that why you got your greasy fingers all over my cape? Is that the same match?
Not the same match at all.
That's all I
No,
remember about our matches.
that was at the Veteran Slam, and you deserve that.
Yeah, you're mixing like 2 or 3 matches all
Yeah,
together,
you
dude.
smacked me in the butt so many times. What's wrong with you? Is that how you fight like a man?
We're gonna have like an hour and 45-minute match. Like,
No, it's like 4 or 5 matches.
did I just blend all the matches?
You're blending
into
them
one
all
match?
together. Yeah,
there was one match where trainee number 1 was in, and you brought in another trainee. Yeah. I don't think I forgot about that one.
I don't even know. Did that happen?
I did apparently.
Trainee number, I don't care what his number was.
It was what, Monster Mac and
Yeah.
a random trainee?
Yes.
Against you guys?
Yes.
Where the hell was I?
Yeah, that was Whaling City, right?
No, that was at RWA. And let me tell you,
Where the hell was I?
there was some terrible officiating. He wasn't looking. There was some grabbing, and I'm still sore.
Oh,
Yeah,
when
it
I
was
broke my
terrible.
shoulder.
Yeah, when you broke your shoulder. Yes. Yes.
That makes sense.
Pray tell, how did you do that again?
I dropped a box of French wine on it.
You always. Why didn't you get a taller ladder?
Because I don't like to make more than one trip, but it turns out
You sir
I probably
are
should.
lazy.
I chose poorly.
It's part of the Monster Mac workout routine in the training school. I
Boxes
also
of
have
French
to
wine.
move my French wine the different stories.
Move that over there.
Yeah, and I'm just carrying wine all day, and it just fell.
Watson Mack, you have a responsibility to make sure that your tradies are okay and safe.
He doesn't.
Who are
It
you?
actually says
How
it-
come there hasn't been an indictment filed against
It
you?
says it in the contract that he can pretty much do whatever.
I mean, is he
wants.
insured? It's Massachusetts, bruh.
No, the training school's not in Massachusetts. You silly goose.
France, you
It's in France. Obviously, we
Well, it doesn't matter. You're
we-
operating
we-
in
no,
Massachusetts.
we don't
He should
operate
be
in
covered.
Massachusetts.
He should
The
be
training-
covered under health
the
insurance,
training
my
school-
sir, my good sir.
The training school operates in France. We hang out in Massachusetts to avoid getting any kind of charges pressed against us from France.
It's in Normandy, right? Like that spot right around the corner from
Shenanigans.
that
Yeah,
cafe.
yeah, right around from the cafe.
Yeah, the cafe is nice though.
Café L'Odeur.
They have really nice chocolate croissants.
Yeah,
do.
they're delicious. They're dipped.
They are dipped.
It's the best. How do you know where the training school is?
You
Training
stalking us,
number
dog?
one.
Our
Do you
friend
understand what we do? The Middlesex Express has gone all around the
Tony.
world.
Our friend Tony. You fired a friend Tony. That's how we
Which
know
friend
about it.
Tony? I don't even know.
No, you know.
Oh,
Tony.
I don't know.
Hey,
man.
hey,
There's been
listen.
a
You
lot
don't
of-
speak. You don't speak his name, okay?
All right.
You guys don't get to
Tuna.
speak his name.
It's that
Fired
fishy
the tuna.
kid, right? The stinky fishy kid.
Hey,
He stunk up the ring, dog.
Hey,
I don't
listen.
know what to tell you.
Hey, he's our friend, bro. He
has
went all
feelings.
the way to France.
he has feelings. He went all the way to France to try to be one of you guys.
And we appreciated his money for sure. But what I'm saying is, homeboy had some stank to him, and we just had to, let him go. That
You
happens.
kicked him off the boat, bro.
I have no idea what you guys are talking
Shut
about.
up.
What?
You kicked him off
Who
the
was
boat.
Stanky?
You don't remember the stanky kid that joined the training school that we had to fire?
Antonio. You remember Antonio?
Antonio. Oh,
Antonio
Fishy kid,
Tenacio.
Tony.
No, I can't say. Oh yeah, he was from that
Cape Cod.
Cape Cod. Yeah.
Cape Cod Express is what he wanted to start. He had dreams of being Wayland City Wrestling Champion, but it didn't work out.
It would have
Yeah.
made sense since he was a fish in Whaling City Wrestling. and
That's
all
what he
that.
was hoping.
It makes sense. But what I'm saying is, screw that guy and shut up, both of you. That just gave me the middle finger.
You don't talk to Stephen Broad like that, all right?
You don't.
You never talk to a broad like that.
Which one of
Who
you
are
guys is Stephen Broad?
Are you stupid?
You're gonna have to figure that out yourself, man.
I don't even know.
It
Which
took me
one's
a
Stephen
long
Broad?
time. It took me a very long time.
I just know him as the Steves. I just call them both Steve all the time.
I usually just say, "Hey, Steve," and one of them responds.
Usually both of us respond.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, and they both turn around.
That's you.
No, it's I'll get the,
Anyway,
the deal.
but, you just gotta believe. You gotta believe in the Middlesex Express.
I do believe in Middlesex Express. I'm glad you guys came down to tell your story on this episode of the Mackcast.
Vague story, yes.
I mean, it wasn't really that big.
It's not a vague story. What the hell's wrong with you?
There's just really not much. I mean,
Yeah, we're really nothing special, but I guess some.
You guys
some
are
of the-
still up and coming. That's
up and coming. Yeah, no, obviously, but
what I
But,
do in my house is my own business, sir.
Hey now.
Hey,
Would
listen.
you guys have?
The more sexually charged podcast.
you got children, cuz.
Yeah, I got children. So
Guys-
what? You put a movie on in the other room.
Do you guys have any advice for young boys, young bucks, they're looking to get into the wrestling business? No super kicks.
Wow, what's wrong with Super Kick?
Because the young bucks literally not.
Oh, the young bucks,
team.
not. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Play on words. I get that. You guys find that funny? That's cool.
That was Sam. That's his go.
Yeah.
He likes to make a lot of super kick jokes.
What would I say to the young guys coming in?
No.
Just work as much as you can. Work as much as you can and do as much as you can. And don't ever not think that you're just not good, because if you think that you're not good, then you are going to be not good.
Confidence.
Not even just have confidence, just know what you're doing. Don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb.
Get the gear in place too. You need good gear.
Yeah, but not so much as a cod piece, but something nice.
Right. If you're not gonna wear trunks, at least get something that makes sense to your gimmick and looks cool.
Yes. Always. I feel like I don't know what the hell to say to people who are just starting out, man.
What would you say to yourself if you could go back in time
That's probably a better way to look at it.
into the time machine?
Put on.
If you could go back to 2012, 12? Did I get it
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If you go back to 2012 Middlesex Express and tell those guys like something, just one line or like one quick statement, what would it be?
Put on 20 pounds. You'll do a lot better.
Slow it the fuck down.
Slow the fuck down.
Okay, kids, both solid advice to anybody trying to break in. Literally, we could all gain 20 pounds of muscle. Like, that's just
You can.
good advice for everybody.
If you eat and
And
work out-
slow down.
I
That-
put on
well,
40
gaining-
pounds, actually.
Gaining 40 pounds of muscle will definitely slow you down. So.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Guys, it's been a pleasure, but I'm going to let you know that we're not going to take it easy on you. We want to win we've won the tag team titles for every promotion.
What are you trying to do? You trying to segue into something else? What you
No,
think?
no, I'm not
buddy.
trying to segue. I'm just
brother,
saying,
you're
you know,
on our
like-
time, brother. Let me tell you something. We didn't drive.
Come down here.
We didn't drive all the way down here to be on your time.
Well, let me poke out this French wine first.
Hold on, poke out the French wine and figure it out. Mac, what do you got to say?
I gotta say that I'm coming for that gold, baby. That's what it's all about. There's gold on the line, right?
I don't care
Tag
what you
belts,
do
tag
in your own
belts,
time in your own
belts.
house, but you're not coming for this gold because it's coming home with us.
Well, I would have to ask them can they lower their tone a little bit? They're in the Mack Mansion.
I'm telling you, I think you guys need to look at the statistics of the Middlesex Express against the Mack Attack, and you know in your heart of hearts, you know that we are better than you, and we have beaten you more times than you have beaten us. Do you understand that?
Yeah, no, we for sure understand that.
Well, I mean, we know.
Track, right?
He probably has like tally marks on it, like us versus Mac.
Whatever we do in our
Slash.
whatever, that's our business. We have to do our homework.
Right,
we
right.
have to keep up with it. Just understand. We know
We
what
at
you're
the Monster
bringing
Mac
to the
Training
table.
School do not
But that doesn't
no
mean
homework.
you're going to walk out there
no homework.
to the finals.
How do you do no homework?
We don't because we just live at the training school. So
guys-
everything.
but you
so
said
everything
it's
is
in France, and there's no health insurance.
homework. Right.
But you operate out of Massachusetts. How do you explain this, Monster Mac?
What are you talking about? Said they live at the training school. The trainees all live at the training school in
You're a
France.
trainee. How come you don't live there?
Because I'm
But you
number
just
one
said you lived in the training school.
in France.
But we're not in France. We're in Fall River, son.
Right, but what does that have to do with that? I used to live at the
Why
training
are you
school
playing
when we
words
first.
with us?
I'm not. You're just yelling, and I don't think you're paying attention much, to tell you the truth.
Steve, calm down.
I'm
All
clearly
right.
paying attention.
Steve,
He
calm
said
down.
he lived in
Calm
the
down.
Monster Mac
Calm down.
Training
Calm down.
School.
Calm down.
Training
No,
school
I
is in France.
lived.
Gonna calm down.
Lived.
Hey, how
Lived.
dare you, sir?
On the French
The
wine.
overdosing on the French wine.
That is he's a real man. He can handle his liqueur.
Like
I know exactly what I'm saying. I heard exactly what I heard.
lived. Ed. Like past tense, dog.
You didn't say lived. You said we
No,
lived.
even
You said we live in the Monster Mac Mansion.
no. I said the trainees live in,
He did not.
and
You didn't-
I wasn't even talking about the Mac
Said
Mansion.
we live in the Mac Mansion. Is what you
exactly
said.
what you said. You
Yeah,
said
right.
we
But
lived.
we do live in the Mac
Hold on,
Mansion. But
hold
the
on,
training school
hold on.
is in France. What is that?
Hold on. Where's
I don't
Rex?
see what the two have to do
Where's
with each
Rex?
other.
Barbara,
So,
Barbara,
Get in
get
here.
the stenographer, Barbara.
who invited Barbara?
I don't know. Where did Barbara come from?
Don't look at
Barbara,
it.
yeah, don't look at
I'll
her.
look at who am I, please.
Barbara, check back.
Barbara,
All right, we're looking at the feed, the video feed.
Yeah, but we're right. Turns out we're right. Strange.
Oh, fuck you guys.
Strange. That was odd. Turns out we're right.
I think you doctored that footage. I don't.
that footage is 100% accurate,
This
my
is
friend.
bull. This is not accurate.
That's not even us in the clip. It's somebody else.
It's just two other chuds dressed
the
like
glove
you.
doesn't even fit, bro.
If the glove does not fit, you must have quit.
So I'm gonna rip up that peace treaty right now. What? Who laminated this bad boy?
We always have a contingency plan.
Someone get me a pair of scissors.
All
It's
right.
just like when I shut off Dick Lane's suit. You always got to come prepared.
All right,
That's
you
right.
guys.
Oh yeah. By the way, Dick Lane. You didn't even say anything about Dick Lane.
What about Dick
What do
Lane?
we? What's wrong with Dick Lane? I didn't know
Because
we had to
why
talk
did you
about
bring him up? This is the Middlesex Express, not Dick Lane.
Because
Who brought
I
him
shut
up?
him off. Just like we're going
He
to
brought
shut
him
these
up.
guys up.
Why did
Are
you
you
bring
yelling
him up?
at me about what he brought up?
I think so.
All right, hold on. You guys yell at each other. Go ahead. We'll watch.
We don't yell at each other.
Yell at each
We
other.
mumble
We're
at
actually
each
really
other.
good friends. I love you too, dude. You're awesome.
Well, everyone, thanks for
We're
listening
doing it.
to the
We're
Mac Cast
doing it.
with the Middlesex
Yeah,
Express
we're good.
here in the Mac Mansion. I'm Monster Mac as
Do
always.
this.
I'm training number one, and we're gonna kick their asses at House of Bricks next weekend.
I don't.
LOLP.
That's not gonna happen.
No.
It's
It's gonna happen.
coming down.
Hey, thank you to everybody for listening for this podcast and being a part of the Middlesex Express. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for coming along on the train. Keep buying tickets. Love you.
You like running? Huh?
Like trains?
Do you like trains, baby?
Are you of legal drinking age? I don't have any game.